All right, we got some time here, so let's wrap up one of the calls that we did on Friday, and that was Texting Tutor, where we helped a Bert Show listener text her husband and kind of say, like, hey, you've gone overboard with spending money on presents in the past. We're not doing that this year. It didn't go great.
No, it did not. So she is the one that pretty much manages the budget and the finances in the home. So she sees the accounts, she handles the bills. And she recognized last year that they went overboard on Christmas, and it puts them in the red, and they have a hard time coming back, and they just don't have the money to do that again this year. Well, the reason why her husband went, extra on Christmas is because he has kids from a previous relationship. So they are married. These are her 2 stepkids. And his ex-wife got married recently, and her new husband is very well off. He's got a lot of money. So her house is spending buku bucks on Christmas. So they're doing all that at their house, and he is trying to he's trying to keep up with them and wants to make sure his house is as extravagant as theirs. So she told us they spent $1,000, I think, on each kid last year for Christmas. So she wanted our help, texting him, being like, hey, we can't do that this year. We have to compromise. Well, after we got done texting with him, he's spending the same amount on the kids at Christmas. But apparently we negotiated the fact that they're not going to be able to go on their spring vacation, and that he would have to give that up.
Any update? Hi, Bert Show fam. I really, really appreciate your help with Texting Tutor, but in the end, we may have made things worse. I did speak to my husband more to see if he really wanted to cancel the spring trip. He said yes, if it means he doesn't have to cut back on the kids for Christmas. He didn't budge at all. And guess what my husband did over the weekend? Christmas shopping for the kids. He told me, very matter of fact, that he has already spent over $1,000. So it looks like he is on his way to going way over what he did last year. It almost seems as if he feels like he has even more money now that the trip is supposedly canceled.
That's
backfired.
Some dude math right there for him anyway.
It's like he is using that money to go above and beyond what he did last year. So the agreement to cancel the trip may have backfired. At the rate he's going, I don't know if I'll even have the money to go on the trip by myself.
How do you put your foot down?
Yeah, that's
that is tough.
It's so incredibly selfish. And I think the number one reason for divorces and long-term relationship breakups is usually finances. So even though it seems like, okay, maybe he spent an extra $200, I mean, this is huge. I mean, the fact that he's disrespecting the fact that you were trying to set a budget and be responsible, and he's like, well, screw that, I'm just going to spend whatever I want, shows that he doesn't respect you and the finances that you tried to agree on together. And if you have to if you go into debt again, I can't even imagine the stress it's going to put on you for the year to come.
Yeah, it all goes down to trying to be a team together. At the end of the day, that's what a marriage is, right? We're teammates, and he just sounds like he's ball hog, and he is not giving any inch at all. So yeah, this is going to be real bad for a real long time.
Is it time to pull out to go hard and do what Cassie said and put the limit on the credit card?
Oh.
Because Cassie brought up the fact that if she's the one, if you have multiple names on the card, the person that it's the primary person can put a limit on the spending on the card.
If it's me, that I would do that after I was honest. I think I would probably handle this situation with pure honesty. I think we tried to beat around the bush because we didn't want to challenge his ego, but it sounds like that's exactly what needs to be done in this situation if it's me.
That is really burning the village right there. I mean, but there's already disrespect happening on his side. So what can she do to take the high road to where he'll really listen to her? And he doesn't seem to be accepting any of that. So maybe that's the only thing that she can do.
Yeah, at this point, I think that's your one option left. But I like what Mo said. I think you've got to have one final conversation where I think you need to get a little angry. I think having the conversation over text takes the emotion out of it, which is the easiest route. But I think you need to have that conversation where he can really see how this is affecting you. And I just can't believe that this guy can't self-regulate by himself as an adult. But I think, honestly, after you have that conversation, set the limit, because you can't keep doing this forever.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when it comes to finances, just think they just push that issue I'll deal with that later. You can put it on the credit card, I'll deal with that later. And it could really come back to bite you in the ass hard.
The Bert Show.